This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us this evening.
We lead off tonight with the weather because it was a cold day on the Suncoast and cooler temperatures coming tonight as well. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, we're talking some pretty chilly weather for Florida here. We're going to be almost 10 degrees below our average. On top of that, there will be a little bit of wind, not much, not enough to issue a wind chill advisory by the National Weather Service. But if you are caught in a little bit of wind, even on the waters, it's going to feel much colder than that to start the morning off tomorrow. Dew point temperatures, what we watch for low temperatures, and it's come up 1 degree since 5 o'clock, so that's a good sign. I think mid-40s for most people, maybe upper 40s near the area beaches to start things off tomorrow, but just a little bit of wind will make it feel even colder. But the barometer way up there, 30, 21, no problem with any rain or clouds for that matter overnight, and that will allow that temperature to really drop down. Your evening planner. Obviously, you've already got a jacket on, and it looks like you may need to double up a little bit. By 11 o'clock, 47 degrees if you're outdoors at 11 o'clock, clear skies there. And a temperature forecast, we will get down to the 30s over parts of the panhandle of Florida. In Tallahassee, we also have a 30-degree reading expected in Jacksonville. By 8 o'clock, though, we will warm up there in Jacksonville, Gainesville. We'll be back to 47 by, again, 8 o'clock. So kids going to school tomorrow morning, we'll notice a little bit more of a chill in the morning than this morning. Now, as far as the forecast highs go tomorrow, hey, finally back to 70 degrees in the afternoon, so we will see that. Now, boaters beware. Small craft advisories are still in effect well offshore. We still have rip current advisory in effect. I don't know how many people are swimming this evening, but if you are, it looks like the wind chill advisory will continue. I should say the rip current advisory will continue for the next hour or so. High cirrus clouds continue to stream overhead. And that's about it. There's not much more in terms of low-level cloudiness. We'll have a detailed look at the next cold front. It promises to bring some rain now on Sunday. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. New details tonight in last week's deputy-involved shooting in Manatee County. The Sheriff's Office identifying K-9 Deputy Patrick Dryman as the person who shot and killed Corey Mobley on January 23rd. Deputies were responding to a domestic disturbance call at the time. After finding Mobley, deputies say he yelled that he had a gun and reached into his waistband. That's when Deputy Dryman shot Mobley, who was later pronounced dead at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Deputy Dryman has been with the Sheriff's Office for nearly 10 years. He's on light duty until an investigation by the Sheriff's Office and State Attorney's Office is complete.
A Sarasota high school employee is out of a job this evening after a Snapchat video surfaced of her dancing on a counter at a birthday party. A 17-year-old Riverview High School student next to her drinking what appears to be alcohol.
The video was turned over to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Investigators say the party was held at Sarasota High School Assistant Principal's house. The school district now also launching its own investigation. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live tonight from Sarasota High School with more on this developing story. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, a lot of parents assume that Snapchats will always appear in a matter of seconds. That's not always true. They can be saved or screenshotted, or they can be captured from another cell phone. That's exactly what happened here.
It's just wrong. We expect our adults to help us.
Watch as 39-year-old Rowena Short, a registrar at Sarasota High School at the time, dances on a countertop at what the district describes as a birthday party. A 17-year-old Riverview High School student's head bumping against her butt, drinking what appears to be alcohol, the caption reading, quote, "My girl."
Well, you wonder what else is going on that you don't know about. You put your faith in the people and you just assume that they're doing the best that they can.
The video was discovered by the Riverview High School principal and turned over to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. The district also getting involved.
And we were able to determine that not only did it involve the registrar at Sarasota High School, but the party itself took place in the home of one of our administrators at Sarasota High School.
Deputies interviewed the minor, who denied having any relationship with Short. He also claims that he doesn't know who served him alcohol at the party and that he discovered the party on a function of Snapchat called 941 Party.
Either the person who was throwing the party announced it to their network and maybe they were a part of that network. Secondarily, maybe they had a filter, so they had a custom filter, and maybe if I'm scrolling through my filters, I see that there's something happening.
Ultimately, the sheriff's office was unable to find any evidence that there was or is an inappropriate relationship between Short and the student. Deputies were also unable to determine who supplied the minor with alcohol.
We have been informed by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office that they have concluded their investigation, which gives us the go-ahead to begin an investigation of our own.
Short was on a 6-month probationary period with the district and has been let go. The assistant principal has been reassigned to the district office and will not have any contact with kids until the district investigation is over.
They're supposed to look out for us, but when they don't look out for us, it just doesn't make sense.
The assistant principal whose home this party was at has been with the school district since 2014. The district says it will continue to investigate and it will take action as it's warranted. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Jess. Riverview High School placed on a lockdown this morning in what the sheriff's office is calling a suspicious incident. School officials say a student saw a threat on Snapchat and reported it to administrators. That video appeared to have shown the butt of a gun along with a person indicating a potential threat to campus. Sheriff's investigators have talked with that student who posted the threat and determined that it was not credible. The video in question is no longer accessible, but the sheriff's office says the student involved is cooperating with detectives. The sheriff's office adds that the student denied making any threats or making the video. More than 2,600 teachers in Sarasota County will receive scholarship money from the Sunshine State. It's all part of the annual Best and Brightest program. Traditional and charter school teachers will get more than $4 million in scholarship money. They earn the recognition and money based on strong SAT scores and by getting a high performance rating.
Some Florida students also getting more scholarship money, getting closer to that. A House panel broadened funding today for a plan that would provide scholarships to students who are victims of bullying. The program is expected to reach $40 million in its first year to benefit victims of abuse. The Hope Scholarship Program would be funded by contributions from drivers when they buy vehicles, and then drivers would receive tax credits. The bill initially called for a $20 contribution, but a House committee changed the amount to $105, making more money available for those scholarships to private schools.
Plans to expand Bradenton's Riverwalk continue to move forward. A public meeting just got underway at Manatee United Methodist Church, where the engineering consultant on the project and city officials are taking input from people. The current plan is to expand the popular Riverwalk about a mile to the east, beginning at 9th Street East, and Riverside Drive east to 14th Street East. Those involved in the project are hoping for constructive feedback from the public.
This has become the crown jewel of Bradenton. We're building it around our most important asset, which is the Manatee River, and it's right on the biggest growing asset, which is downtown, and it really combines those two into the perfect way to get people to come down here and enjoy their time, whether they work down here, live down here, or just visiting.
Another public meeting is scheduled at the Manatee United Methodist Church for this Thursday, starting at 6 p.m.
Sounds like they're making something that's already great even better there in Bradenton.
Great for that area.
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, how a big mistake at an emergency conference in Manatee County is leading to changes for future warnings.
And why 2 Venice police officers are being hailed as heroes for their work.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Unclear sign language translation at a Manatee County emergency conference in the days leading up to Hurricane Irma has caught the eye of the state. A House panel approving a bill today that would require officials to include qualified sign language interpreters at televised hurricane briefings. Interpreters would have to be certified by the National Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf or Florida Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf. This comes after an interpreter mistakenly gave a warning about pizza and a big bear as Hurricane Irma was coming toward Florida. The bill's sponsor says at first he chuckled at the incident, but says it's not anything but funny for hearing impaired residents.
Two Venice Police Department employees being called heroes tonight. They saved a man who was in cardiac arrest yesterday afternoon. The two civilian service aides were patrolling the Lake Venice golf course parking lot when they encountered a man who was unconscious. He had suffered a heart attack. The two men began life-saving procedures, including CPR and using a defibrillator. They were able to bring that man back to consciousness a few moments later.
We cleared it. It shocked the victim. I did one round of CPR. After that one round of CPR was over, we saw the color come back to the patient.
Man is now recovering at the hospital. Doctors say the two service aides likely saved the man's life.
Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will have a look at your first alert weather forecast for the evening when we come back.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease the all-new Subaru Impreza for just $185 a month, or get 0% financing and 0 down with complimentary maintenance included. That's right, not 1 penny down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason.
because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off, courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org, the Circus Sarasota box office at the big top, or call 941-355-9805. Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a multimedia journalist who can tell his story on all platforms and meet tight deadlines. Reporting experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
Well, I know it was a little cool today, but when those clouds got out of here, it was just a deep blue sky.
It was, and tomorrow's going to be even more spectacular. After a little bit colder start too, we're going to be down in the 40s tomorrow, mid-40s. So just a little bit of a chill, but not nothing to worry about. No plant bringing in or covering up or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about that. But the surf's been up, and that's been the biggest concern for coastal residents there and folks visiting the beaches. And the surfers have been trying to get out there and catch some waves. Well, Cindy Desmond getting that shot. You see that blue sky behind there. And this one was sent in by Jane Hunter to pics at mysuncoast.com. She actually went to mysuncoast.com/osprey, and you can see the ospreys that are hanging out right here at the studio, high above the studios here in 10th Street in downtown Sarasota. So get a look at that, and I'd be remiss if I didn't show this. My wife's me, our anniversary today. Happy anniversary, Susan. That's my wife. She's nice. And she actually couldn't get to the dinner tonight because she's watching her granddaughter, Marley, who's recovering from surgery at All Children's yesterday with tonsils taken out. So she had her tonsils and adenoids taken out, and she said, "You better show that, Grandpa." Grandpa. That way's a webcam showing clear skies now overhead. You can see the waves out there in the bay fairly high. Beautiful sunset tonight. Small craft exercise caution tomorrow. Rip current advisory in effect for the next hour or so through this evening. And it looks like the headlines read like this. So a very chilly start to tomorrow. We'll see low temperatures dropping down into the mid-40s with a little bit of wind. We'll see wind chills right around 40 degrees, I suspect. A warmer Wednesday on the way. And then rain chances bouncing back up for Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Similar to what we saw last week, but not as much rain, it doesn't look like at this point. Satellite and radar imagery continues to show this fast stream of air moving right across our area, bringing those high cirrus clouds at times, but otherwise crystal clear blue skies. And there's another frontal boundary heading down from the north into the plain states right there. It's a cold front, and this cold front will get close to us on Friday. You'll see that in the forecast. But for the time being, high pressure dominating our weather. Current conditions, clear and cool, 56. Winds out of the north-northwest at 10, making it feel even cooler. The dew point 43, and today's high was only 65. Not bad, though. 53 was pretty much where we're supposed to be for this time of year. And the dew point temperatures have dropped down into the 20s in Tallahassee and Pensacola and Jacksonville. They'll get down into the mid-30s there in those cities. For us, as I said, mid-40s will start off, and then we'll warm up into the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees with lots of sunshine around, a few clouds in the afternoon. The GFS model showing this front coming down, snowfall in West Virginia, western portions of Virginia, and also into North Carolina. Then it falls apart. Perfect for Music on Main in Friday at Lakewood Ranch. Here comes the next front, though. Little energy in the Gulf kind of combined, and this is at 1 p.m. on Sunday, showing showers approaching the coast and then getting going later on in the day. So we're not quite over with this rain with these fronts quite yet. Temperature of 12 in Toronto now, Cleveland at 22. Much warmer in Denver, Minneapolis at 25 degrees, and then it's 32 tomorrow. So that should be good for some of the people heading off into the Super Bowl there. And although there is some Arctic air expected to spill southward into that region, you'll see that as it drops down right there. Misses us, but it'll get close enough to us to keep us on the cooler side, I think, late next week. For boaters, winds will be out of the northeast, starting off rather brisk at 15 to 20 knots, subsiding to 10 knots in the afternoon. Choppy conditions on the bay. Well, here's the 7-day forecast. 70, nice tomorrow. Still a little bit below average. We get to 72 on Thursday. Friday, maybe a little increase in clouds here with that front, but it falls apart. 72, nice day on Saturday. Sunday, increasing clouds. Now, This particular day right here, Sunday, is the one we'll see the increasing clouds with a good chance for showers late in the day, and especially Sunday night, and then Monday morning they should be winding down by sunrise. Temperatures still staying rather mild even after that, so the cold front that moves in will also be not a very strong one. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. Tampa's largest ambulance providers will have to pay more than $5 million following unnecessary ambulance transports. AmeriCare Ambulance Service and its sister company, AmeriCare ALS, have agreed to pay $5.5 million to resolve allegations they defrauded Medicare. According to a complaint filed by the government in 2017, the group submitted claims to Medicare and TRICARE for basic life support and non-emergency ambulance transports. AmeriCare has also agreed to enter an integrity agreement with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to an amazing woman who's living with HIV and helping others by being a peer navigator.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Carmina Burana in Motion. Carl Orff's choral masterpiece, Carmina Burana, bursts into life in this lavish production designed for 60 voices, 3 celebrated soloists, a 2-piano percussion ensemble, and dynamic premiere choreography performed by members of Sarasota Contemporary Dance. Do not miss this lush feast of the senses. Saturday, February 3rd, 4 p.m. at Church of the Palms in Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
Don't miss the 20th Annual Thunder by the Bay Motorcycle Festival, February 15th through the 18th. The festival where rock meets country. Admission is free, and proceeds benefit Suncoast Charities for Children. For information, visit thunderbythebay.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Today's amazing Suncoast woman was given a death sentence by her doctors 30 years ago.
But she overcame all obstacles to build a great life and spent her days helping others. ABC7's Linda Carson has her story.
When Valerie Wojciechowski found out that she was HIV positive, she was devastated.
Back then, all we knew is you're going to die. And we had no medications, we had no internet, we had no hope. There really was nothing, but the doctors didn't hesitate to tell you that. My doctor told me I had no more than 18 months to live.
She discovered she'd gotten HIV 5 years before.
I had an alcohol problem, so I ended up in treatment.
She'd gotten her life back together and was in great health when she was diagnosed.
I was terrified because, and rightly so, since then I was fired from a job. I was turned away from medical treatment. I had a guy look me right in the eye and tell me AIDS is God's way of weeding out the population. Then he says, those people deserve to die.
But instead, she built a good life. Now she manages Community AIDS Network's Peer Navigation Program, where a person who has lived with HIV for some time mentors others starting the journey.
We help them navigate the system, we help them take medications, we help them with disclosure to friends, family members. A lot of people don't tell anyone, and so for a lot of our clients, dating is extremely difficult.
And about 10 years ago, Valerie realized how painful and demeaning certain words about AIDS and HIV are. So she developed a program listing painful words and then the preferred words. A composition book, she calls it.
A manifesto for how we want to be treated. And one of the things is that you put the person before the diagnosis. I'm a woman living with HIV. If you say she's an HIV positive woman, you just put my diagnosis before the person and you made the diagnosis the big deal.
Yes.
If you put me first, I'm what matters.
And these composition books are now in AIDS and HIV clinics all over the country. For her life lesson, Valerie compares those dark, hopeless days when she was first diagnosed to the joy she feels today as she uses her experience to help others.
I feel like everything that is seemingly bad or seemingly hopeless can be turned into something positive.
So thanks to Valerie, these will go out all over the country, helping to reduce the stigma of those living with HIV through the words we use. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Well, we're all going to need some sweaters and jackets tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a look at the day planner for Wednesday, and you'll see temperatures down into the low 40s to mid 40s with a little bit of a wind, not much, but if you do catch a breeze or two, it'll feel more like 40 or upper 30s. We warm into the low 70s, right around 70, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so not too bad.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
World News Tonight is next.
We'll see you again at 11.